Welcome to our newest product update for meshStack. And as always, except last time, with me is Jelle, our product manager. Hi, Jelle.
Hi there, guys.
Hi. We have, you told me beforehand, we have a few but great changes to the product this week. And let's start right away with what's called tenant deletion. What is that?
Right. Yeah, we made it easier now for customers to delete single tenants. That was something that wasn't supported before. So I'm really excited to show you that today.
So you have to explain a few words we use here, I think. The first word is tenant. I don't know if everybody knows what we mean with that, and
Probably
also
not.
customer and project, all the terminology we use in our product.
Right. Yeah, I can quickly explain that. So in meshStack, we have a certain model to how the structure looks like when you're consuming the application, and it roughly looks like this. So you have a customer at the top. That's usually an application team. Within that customer, there are then one or more projects, and one or more projects has then one or more tenants. And a tenant, you can refer to that, for example, to an Azure subscription or an AWS account or a Kubernetes namespace, for example.
Okay, then I guess we start with the customer side. So the internal customer of the cloud team in an organization.
Exactly. I have that. I have that right in front of me. So we are now in the so-called customer area. I'm looking here at two projects, and I'll just demonstrate to you guys what it looks like to now delete a single tenant. So I'll do this for a Google Cloud project. So when I click here and I'm in the tenant area, I can now delete this tenant right here. So previously this would not be possible at all, and you'd actually be forced to delete the entire project, which is unfortunate for multi-cloud projects because you might want to keep your OpenShift project or your Azure subscription in this case. So I'll delete this particular Google Cloud project. So I enter the identifier as a verification. I click confirm, and then just in a minute here, it's been deleted. So now it's gone from my project. So I now deleted one tenant without having to get rid of the whole project. So that's great. So I just can continue in this case with my OpenShift project right here. And what I also want to show you then is how it looks like on the back end, because deletion and meshStack doesn't just mean from the customer side, but we also have some approval workflows in meshStack. So if I switch now to the admin area, which I prepared here, so we are logged in as a platform operator. So let's just imagine I'm responsible for that Google Cloud platform. I can now go to the new screen, tenants marked for deletion. And if I filter for requires approval, I see right here the Google Cloud project that I just deleted on my other account. So this also changed for operators, because previously you had to do the approval workflow for the project level. So what was really annoying in some cases is that if you had a project coming in for deletion that had an Azure tenant marked for deletion and a Google Cloud tenant for deletion at once, it was kind of undecided which platform team is then responsible for doing that deletion. So we fixed that by now just always separating deletion based on the tenant level. So now the Google Cloud team can individually approve the deletion of that tenant, and the Azure team as well. And once everybody did the approval, the project would be automatically deleted in the background as well. So it creates a much cleaner separation of those responsibilities now as well. So just to really close it off here, I will approve the deletion of this particular tenant. Just click a box here, click the checkbox, confirm, and it's fully gone now. The deletion has been executed and my job has been done here, and the tenant is gone.
And I think that we have also introduced notifications, right, for deletions?
Right, yeah, sadly I'm not able to demonstrate that today, but one very common upvoted feature request we had was to actually get notified of this deletion. So previously I had to actually manually check that deletion queue every day, like, okay, just checking, is there something for me to be deleted today? And by now we're able to send out emails to you if you want to be notified about having new deletion approvals to be done.
Okay, cool. Now we've talked about deletion a lot, and we know what projects are. The next addition is that we can now add users to projects in a new way. So Can you give
Yes,
us an
exactly. So there's nothing maybe necessarily new, but we did improve the way that you add people to projects. So I'll also just demonstrate that, since that's quite easy. So when adding someone to your customer, so let's say someone joins the company or the team and you want to invite that new person. This is the usual workflow. So I enter the name, I find the email, and I give them a role, let's say admin for this case, and I add them. We now have a new dialog that will tell me, okay, cool, the new person has been added to the customer and we can add him or her to one or more projects. So now I can directly say, okay, for these 2 projects, I want this person to be the administrator as well. Save it. And I'll show you in a second, it will be directly applied on the project. So if we go project access control, the customer at meshcloud.io has now been added as an admin. And that's really convenient because, well, first of all, it's logically the thing you do anyways when adding someone to a customer, right? Because we have this 2-tiered model of providing access. So people tended to maybe to forget sometimes that they, after inviting someone to the customer, they actually also have to invite someone to the project. So that's now, no longer the case. So it will be directly on their screen, in their face, okay, I have to add that particular person to the project as well.
Okay, so it's much more intuitive now and saves a lot of clicks, I guess.
It saves a lot of clicks, and I have to admit as well myself, I sometimes tended to forget that part. So it's really convenient that it's now in my face and I just have to do it.
Very good. Now we've talked about the 2 features that we added, but also we're getting rid of something, and it's related to our API, right?
Right, we're letting something go. I don't think it's surprising to any of you, but it is just worth mentioning. So in our API, we will get rid of deprecated endpoints, so they will actually be removed from meshStack. We're talking here about the so-called workflow APIs. So in the documentation, these are all the way at the bottom, right here, workflow APIs. They've been deprecated already for over a year, and it's now just time to let these go. Each individual endpoint has its alternative in the new API, so there's no functionality that's going to be missing, but just be aware that you have migrated all your integration scenarios to the new APIs.
Okay, then I think what's left is the date that we're getting rid of this API.
Yeah, that's very important to mention, right? So we are planning to do this on the release of the 2nd of November. So we release every week, right? And we'll make sure that we get rid of this in 2 weeks. So that will be release 7.145.0.
Okay, great. If you want to read our product update, you can subscribe to our product newsletter in the video description below. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well to always get newest videos on cloud technology, culture, organization, and the product updates with Jelle. So thank you, Jelle.
Exactly.
For this video, and I guess see you next week.
See you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.